So toxic masculinity, being a man these days, it's bloody hard, isn't it? I mean, being a man myself, of course, I can understand all the hassles and all the struggles that you might have. I mean, we've been called all these names and we've been told we have to do this and being within our emotions, we have to be better. But what about the females as well? How hard is it being a female these days? Are you up against it, against other females, or is it males, or is it just society in general? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Robin Hood Effect, episode 6. My name's Jay, and I'm part of Journey of a Whitefeather and a chat with Jay. So I had a chat to my mentor, Greg Riley from Five Dimensions, big shout out. And his question was, how did you become the person that you are and actually want to be a better person and be a better man or be a better human being or just be a better version of yourself? And that's a big one these days. Okay, we went through a time where they go, oh, you have to give your emotions out and all this kind of stuff. Look, men have emotions. There's no doubt about it. Okay. But the way that they were going on about you have to be open about your emotions and all those things, there's a time and a place. And this is where my journey went. Now, they ask you about telling your partner and all those kind of things. Yes, you should be absolutely honest with it. But you can't forget that women get on with women and men get on with men and they understand. Take that away and have a think about it. This is where Greg Riley came in for me. Now, I was broken. I didn't know what the hell was going on. You know about the pseudo stroke. You know about the anxiety. You know about the depression. Basically, I didn't know who the fuck I was. Let's be honest. And then Greg Riley came along, provided a safe space and some quality knowledge, but also a lending ear. Now, that's my next point where me as a motivational coach have come along to help people like that and give you guidance. Now, back to the original question, which we talk about being a male in these days and ages. You know, we've got all these people going, you should do this, men are this, men are that. Yeah, men aren't doing this, men aren't doing that. You know, don't worry about dating, worrying about how you look, worry about what you say. You know, then there's people who are saying women are taking the masculine role. Now, I'll just quickly go over that. There is two types of energies, masculine and feminine. Now, to get it exactly right, we both sexes, male and female, have these spiritual traits. They have masculine energy and masculine traits and feminine traits. We look at the biological sex of a male. Okay, so they have particular traits. Women have particular traits as well. This is totally separate to your individual journeys, okay, and how you run your life. All right, you might go by social standards and all that kind of stuff, but getting back to the point of how do males come across and give out their emotions or get themselves to a point where they can actually be better and find out instead of being this tough guy. It's still a tough guy thing, but remember, and this is what they forget, men do have emotions. We do have pride. We do have respect. It's about being a human, but we have different things in life. We're a protector. Women are nurturers. But think about this. If you're in a relationship, whether it be a friendship or a sexual relationship, think about how the person treats you. If you're not being respected for who you are, what can I say? Where are you going to end up? Or you weren't taught boundaries, or you weren't taught how to stand up for yourself, or you didn't understand about self-esteem and self-awareness. And, you know, we go on about the great, you know, childhood trauma, okay, which is legit. But what I'm saying is, how can you learn from that? What is happening as a man, going back and revisiting it for the emotion, how it finished? It's very important we look at these things. And this is what Greg Riley taught me in the 5 Dimensions Shadow Warrior course, which I've moved into motivational coaching. We understand that there's females that say men are just pigs and they just treat you like shit and all these kind of things. You hear it all the time on Tik Tok and all those things. You know, they go, oh, no, we don't need men and all that kind of stuff. That's not the best way to be. But taking it from a different point of view. Feminist movement came, and the feminist movement for me is they weren't getting a go, and we don't have to go into any logistics or anything. This is why they did it. Okay, they thought they were just bound to be housewives or whatever else they wanted to be. Okay, but they couldn't take control of themselves. I don't have a problem with that. But then it's starting to get to a point where now they want to take over and say, oh, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. If you want to be with me, where does that come in to where I was and what people want to do with regards to being male and expressing your emotions? Let me get to that. Question was, how do I express and how do I go to get this help or become better? I think first thing you have to be open to it. And I don't think that people are exposed to it as much. There's great community groups, mental health community groups, King's community, Harvey, massive community about men who are getting appreciation for who they are as men, not anywhere else. Men need to be heard. That's another one. Fantastic. Okay. They're just being honest. You might say to yourself that, they're putting women down and all that, but this is how I look at it. There comes a point where you poke the bear, someone's going to come back. You can say what you want. That's what happened to women. And now it's happened to men. But they're actually opening up to say, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I want to get out of life. The main thing is, with regards to where I was, I needed to find me. Doesn't matter about this male and female bullshit. It's about me. I'm being selfish. It's about me. So I was put on a journey to find myself as a human male and also the person that I wanted to be in this world. So I went on this journey with Greg Riley, and he actually got into asking myself about what was making me tick, what was going on that was holding me back to be my best self. We hear all this all the time, but it was predominantly about men because men have different psyches to women. Okay, so that's how you have to look at it. What aren't you getting in life? It's not forcing someone to be someone for you or forcing someone to give you anything. It's actually being yourself. Now, the hardest thing is there is a role in life, and we still have that role. The men still have that strong role, even though in some of the households, we know what's going on. Okay, don't do this, don't do that. They hear about, you always hear about nagging and all those kind of things. Okay, there's physical abuse on both sides. Go and check out Harper Black on my channel, and he'll tell you that it's a universal thing. Males and females do have that issue with regards to domestic violence and emotional abuse. And it's bad, but there's emotional abuse for a man. How do they deal with it? Because they're supposed to be this big, strong person. But copying it from a person that you attracted. So if you're in this situation, what do? You have to look at yourself and why are you attracting these same people, whether it be man or woman, they're still treating you like crap. That's a reflection on you. Why are you attracting these kind of people into your life, whether it be a relationship, friendship, whatever? As a man, what's happening? As a human, what is happening? But as a man, what we have to do is we have to look at why we are feeling like shit. Okay? We see all this stuff happening in the media, and you can blatantly see what's going on, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a strong, successful female. Absolutely no problem. But the way they have taken it and pushing men down, the men go, I don't give a shit anymore. I'll just go and do my own thing. And then they got the FB or 4B movement. Okay, I'm not going to date men anymore. Yeah, go for it. Do what you want. This gives men a chance to find a good women. There's some fantastic women out there. There really are. They're standing up. And it's probably more than what I believe, because you only see a portion on the TikToks and the social medias and all those kind of things, and the mainstream media, which is absolutely corrupt. We know that. They just put things on for their own betterment, if you get where I'm going. So we see, as a man, what are you looking to do as a person? Remember, it's about being you and being a person. You might attract these people into your life, and you have to be aware of it. And the thing is, they come out and say, oh, you got to express your emotions and all those kind of things. That is bloody fantastic. What do you do afterwards? What the hell are you doing afterwards? And do you have a safe space to do that? And the biggest thing, as I always say, there's two things in life: breathing and trust. Okay. You give your trust to someone screws you, what happens? So to actually allow someone to come in and allow you have to trust yourself to allow other people to see what's really inside you. There's your bloody problem. And this is where the great men's group, like what Greg Riley had, and also King's community, are allowing men to express freely. Now, there's going to be people there, oh, she's a cow, he's a cow, oh, I got screwed over, all that. That's fine. That's an expression of emotion. Okay. But what about you? What does it say about you? And this is what people have to understand, especially men, that something's going on here. Why aren't I happy? Is it, oh, I want to go and, go on a be single and do what single people do. And we know what that is. Okay. If you want to do that, we want to go on holidays and live your fulfilled life. But let's look at it logically, ladies and gentlemen. Men do want that closest with a great female. That's someone they connect with. But they don't, because what happens is they just, females, and ones that in my life that I've had, minus the present, I've allowed to take from me because I didn't have the boundaries. I didn't have the self-esteem and self-confidence. I wasn't taught this. This is where you're looking into yourself as a person. Look, I don't blame you for saying, men are this, men are that, they're chauvinist, all this kind of stuff. Hey, look, at the end of the day, here it is, and you can clickbait this. Men have been meant to be leaders and strong and protect, right? And they're a physically attraction-based sex. They see a nice-looking lady, compliment them. It was wolf whistling, okay, whatever. Okay, maybe gone a bit too far, but that doesn't mean you can go and have a look and say, oh, she's hot, and then go and ask them for a date or anything. It doesn't mean anything like that. It's acknowledgement. Okay. But it's got to a point where, it's gone over the step where some women aren't feeling safe with it. And it's got to a point where, you can't do anything anymore. You can't even say hello, which is absolute garbage. It's you have to come back to the median. Coming back to being a man, that's a good thing, because then you can work on yourself and get your value. So what do you have to do? What did I do? Actually, what I did was just basically strip back the layers and went inside myself and just said, right, what the fuck is wrong? Why am I having these anxiety attacks? Why did I have a pseudo stroke? Why did I have some sort of depression? Because I was bloody unhappy, mate. And whether you're a man or a woman doesn't bloody care. The emotional side of things for me was to get into a safe space where I could express and just have some support and some tools to express and make myself a better person, get my energy levels up, be happy, attract different people. But you have to have a teacher there to do that. And that's what I've moved into, motivational coaching. And obviously with Greg Riley, he's doing his 5 dimensions coaching, and obviously King's community, which is fantastic, a worldwide community of men just getting together, having a chat, mate. And you can say what you want. It's not a bloody woman bashing session or anything like that. Okay. It's nothing like that. It's all about us and just as people. Okay. It's not about that. You might express you've had some bad times. You've let someone walk all over you. But at the end of the day, you're trying to work out why. How could I become better? That's expression for me. That's expression. Finding out exactly who you are. What can you do? Change it. You don't have to go and sit there and meditate if you don't want to. Go for a walk. Change your patterns in life. What, you're drinking or you're smoking, or you want to change and have a happier life. The happier life you get, the happier people want to come around you. Your vibration goes up. How do you do that? You go within and find out what's going on. But you have to be in a safe space to do that. That is the most important thing. That's what men are a bit scared of. It goes big macho man, Randy Savage, and the big Hulk Hogan and all those kind of things. Look, big boys cry. Okay? It happens. We get sad. We've got bromances. We all have emotions. We just got to harness them. Harness them the way the males do. It could be totally different to what females do, like doing circles and yoga and all those kind of things, or maybe meditations. Everyone is totally different. You have a look at Andrew Tate, Justin Waller, and all those kind of what they do. A couple of different things. That could be very controversial because some people think they're male chauvinists. But at the end of the day, really look at what they're saying and what people are saying and make your judgment. Most men want the best for themselves. Once they get the best for themselves, which most of them put themselves second, have a look at that. Take that theory and have a look. If they get a lovely person, a lovely lady, or whatever, I'll put that in. They will take care of them. I know I have, and it's been to my bloody detriment. I'm too caring. And a lot of that will resonate with a lot of people out there. Getting back to it, changing a life. I did journaling, writing, doing these videos, expression. The chats have come up. It's making that change and being aware, ladies and gentlemen. What do you watch? What are you thinking about at night? Okay, have you got too much stress? How can you actually step back and make some serious changes? Even just basically looking at your house, if it's unorganized, how can you organize it? You've got to, as a man, you've got to take back a bit of power for yourself. And that's not in a bad way, but take back your own spirit and soul. And a good people, especially a wife or a partner or a great friend, will allow you to be you and get that help. Psychologists are fantastic. Coaches are great because they have been through it. I have been through it, so I can help. I can guide you through. Okay. Some of the things I do. Number one, journaling. Do some writing. I go and exercise. Watch what I eat. I consciously watch what I eat. Okay. I've put a focus on myself. I've really turned the mirror. Even simply putting on meditation music, you don't have to, but what I do is some of the videos I watch. Okay. Now I relax watching cartoons and all the old cartoons and have some fun and have a bit of a laugh. But when you're getting serious, you watch like stuff like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, some of the development as a person, human development, personal development, mind development, mindset coaching, all those things. There's male and female, but what I would say to you is pick something that attracts to you. If it attracts to you, then do it. If you need a coach, absolutely. I had the question last night from Greg, and he said to me, why would someone pay me X amount of dollars to come and see me? And I said, mate, because you gave me the safe space and the motivation to find myself, and you gave me some tools and some guidance. Because the biggest thing is, oh, I've done this, I've done that. I see a lot of people go, I've been there, I've done that. Yep, great. What else did you do? Did you actually take formal action of changing your life and making a conscious change? Even to simply stop drinking liters of soft drink. Okay, we do that. But what about up here as well? What's happening up here? What about here in the heart? What's happening in the heart? And it's not going over and everyone goes, oh, yeah, you have to go and meditate and do cold stone therapies and all those kind of things. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. Get massages or whatever you want to do. That's fine. They go, I'll bring out your feminine side. It absolutely shits me to tears because it's feminine and masculine energy, and we both have it. It's bringing out the person within you. And people don't trust a lot of people these days. And this is where a great coach will trust and will gain that trust. And when that trust is given to you, like it's given to me, I will respect it like the gold in my hand. It's the most precious thing you can give. And the greatest gift is you finding yourself and making you move from there. So you might be lost. How do you change? It's not a snap decision. It took me 5 years. It's taken me ongoing 5 years. And believe me, all the writing, changing what I watch, and it's so hard because you're changing your program. Remember, just pretend you've got a program on your computer and it's been running so on, and you've got to change it. So you got to start to learn again. That's all it is. But it's so hard because we've got the ego involved, and we've got so much stuff outside, like consumerism, and we've got to beat the Joneses, and we've got so much pressure with social media and all this stuff to control what you're doing and what you enjoy is so hard, but you got to take it back to the heart. And everyone says that, but it's so important. And you got to choose what you do. I'll give you an example of something you should watch, which really, really will help you. If you want to get some clips, I'll put one up now. Too Hot to Handle. You might think it's one of those shows where it's here we go. It's another one of these pickup shows and all that crap. So I sat and watched this. I watched 5 seasons, and it's the most, I guess, one of the best shows I've ever watched in a way of personal development, turning people who have the party lifestyle or, I want to do this, I want to do that. Let's say living in their ego, to actually looking and being a respectful person for themselves and wanting more in their life. And what they did was they said, no touching, no touching, no fondling, all those kind of things, so you get fined, right? But at the end of the day, they did that. And you see the kind of people that were coming and going, okay, they actually, when something was actually forcibly taken away and you put into a situation where you have no choice, where Greg put me in no choice, I basically had to go into this course with basically, here you go, okay, I've got no idea what's going to happen. And then deal with the consequences. This is where a coach comes in, okay, or a mentor, or whatever you want, or a friend, or someone who understands. And the only way you can really do it, you can study it, which is great, but also if you've experienced it, even better. So go and watch Too Hot to Handle and see how you go from there. And as a man, you can see the way they're changing, the way they look, the way they introduce some spiritual techniques and all those fun. But guys are looking, going, oh God, what's this garbage? By the end, they actually sat down and looked, and okay, we'll just have a look at it. You don't have to embrace it, go, oh, this is the best thing since life. It's be having an open mind to have a go. All right. And you don't have to impress everyone. Impress the next woman next coming down, or impress your best mate. It's about you. If you take that power back, and you don't, and the other thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go and tell anyone about it if you don't want to. Because I know there's a tall poppy syndrome out there. What are you doing that shit for? Okay, a lot of stuff that people don't know about me until now, especially I'm writing a book, Journey of a Whitefeather. Go and have a check it out. It's up there on the screen now. They don't have a clue what I'm doing because I only trust in certain people, and that's fine because it's all about me and getting my life up. So if you're a man out there and you have some issues, or you want to change, you've got anxiety, you've got issues, or you've got, depression, or you've got pressure upon yourself, or you just want to be better. You go, hang on, there's more to life. Let's use that word. I want you to go and give me a call or watch a couple of videos. Change your mindset. That's your first thought. And write down the 3 things you are grateful for in your life every single day. And then go in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you, and see how hard that is. And just a hint, just thinking. When you write, I am grateful for, write, I'm grateful for breathing. That's your first one. Think about that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Robin Hood Effect, episode 6. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you want to continue to watch and join me on my journey, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's say thank you for people who have come on a chat with Jay, all the people I connect with. It's an honor, and I'm very grateful to have you on board. And just to finish with, of course, my hero, Bret the Hitman Hart. Met him on my 50th birthday, 2 days after. And his quote is always be, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. This has been the Robin Hood Effect, episode 6. We'll catch you next time.